Hi, my name is Archie. I'm making this video to prayerfully help someone that is having to make a decision in regards to having a back surgery. I'm going to be going under the knife on the 4th of January 2023. And so I just kind of wanted to help myself and also help those who probably have to make this decision themselves with just the thoughts and the options that you have out there that could either help you make the decision to determine if this is the right path for you. So I'm going to start from the very beginning and lead up all the way to the point where I'm at now. So back in 2021 of September, I was working out. I had injured my back when I was doing some squats, and it was to the point where I had to completely stop working out to the intensity that I enjoyed working out to. I started to, just do small things to help aid the recovery and just to keep myself, moving and mobile. So that was obviously taking pain medication and inflammatory medication, and it was just masking. It was masking the pain. It was masking the issues that I was going through. Sometime during the month of December of 2022, I went and seen a chiropractor for the very first time, and during that initial visit with the chiropractor, he took some x-rays of my back. And he was just like, you know what, I think you need to go see a doctor. It looks like your spine is curved, which was news to me. I was in the military for 8 years. Anybody that's watching this that was in the military, you go through a medical examination to see if you are going to be fit for duty. I played football in high school. And currently I'm a police officer in the city that I live in, and I never ever was told that I had any issues with my back. So I went to go see my primary care provider, who did the same thing. He took x-rays. He noticed that I had a degenerative disc disease and that my spine was curved as well. So he suspected that I may have some type of scoliosis. My doc went ahead and made me a referral for a orthopedic specialist who would be able to really pinpoint what's going on with my back. So I went, set up that appointment July 27th. It took me some time to make this appointment, but July 27th I made the appointment with the spine specialist and had an MRI done. And that MRI revealed that I, in fact, had degenerative disc disease, some type of scoliosis that I can't pronounce, and I had pretty much no remaining disc between my L4 and L5, and my L4 vertebrae is protruding out from being aligned with my L3 and L5. So my orthopedic specialist told me that there's a couple of things that I can do, but at this point in time he was already recommending for me to have surgery. I wasn't ready for that to be my recommendation. So I took the conservative forms of treatment, which was physical therapy, continuing to go see the chiropractor, and even switching up from seeing a chiropractor to go and seeing another chiropractor that specializes in decompression therapy, where you lay out on this large table and you get pulled in hopes to be able to suck up some of those inflamed areas and spending money that was just out of pocket, because the majority of the stuff that I've done so far has not been covered under my insurance, which has thankfully that me and my wife and family have been blessed enough so that we are able to cover some of those things out of pocket. I've tried a lot of things, from ice baths to chirotherapies to using heat, which will always delay the pain that I was feeling, but at the end of the day or at the end of the night, it was going to catch up, and perhaps that next morning I was going to even be in more pain than what I was the last day. So I went to go see a pain management doctor who was very knowledgeable, very helpful. It's always nice to be able to talk to somebody who went through or is going through the same thing that you are dealing with, just so that you're not feeling like another number, but you're feeling like a equal when you're dealing with this type of injury. So my pain management doctor prescribed me a couple of nerve medications, and they just never felt like they worked. They felt like I was just taking them for maybe the placebo effect, but I just never felt any relief from the burning sensation that would run down my left leg all the way down to my toes. My toes were numb. I have pretty bad sciatica in my left glute, and it's constantly there, no matter how much I've done stretching, icing, heating, drinking of water, keeping myself mobile with just walking and stretching. No matter what I have done, it never goes away. And it got to the point where I was outside. This was back in August of 2022. Outside, cleaning up the yard, preparing my yard for the winter. Where I hurt myself to a point where I've never felt this type of pain. Prior to this, I was still going to work. I was still going to the gym. Sure, I wasn't, running and lifting and deadlifting and doing all that stuff, but I was still getting in a decent workout for an hour. If it wasn't just riding the bike, if it wasn't just doing free weights, I was still able to do a meaningful workout that made me feel good at the end of it. But back in August, it was just to the point where it was too much, and it got to the point where now I have a crooked torso. I think they call it a intellic lean, where now I'm leaning over to the right of my body because of this protruding disc or vertebrae that's in my back, that L4. Well, my doctor and I have visited again for the surgical consult, and he basically told me that there was like two options that I could have undergone. The first option would have been a disectomy, which he would have went inside, attempted to clean up all the portions in between my vertebrae for the disc, and he wasn't too certain that would have worked out because of the L4, and he believed that if I went ahead and did this surgery, then in about a month's time or 6 months time, I would have been coming back to actually do the TLIF surgery, which was the second option. And when I heard about the second option, I was not happy at all. I was just not happy at all, because it's a very extensive surgery, and it's pretty much putting metal in your body, and it's fusing one vertebrae to the adjacent, or the one that's above or below. So I said, okay, let's go ahead and let me take some time to think about this. And as I was thinking about all this stuff, my back was just not getting any better. Actually, it was getting worse. It's laboring to walk. most days I don't even want to get up to even just like walk to the restroom, or walking upstairs, or just being like the person that I used to be. Very active, enjoyed, doing laborious stuff that was, stuff around the house. I'm a homebody, so I like home projects, and I'm always working on something in my house. There's a couple of projects that I have right now that I have to, put on the back burner because of my lack of ability to do stuff around the house. But thankfully, I have a wonderful, lovely, doting wife who's been there pretty much every step. And I have 3 children, 3 girls that range from the age of 4 to 16. And they've been very helpful also. So I thank God for them and helping me out with all this. So last week I spoke to my doctor because I had another surgical consult because I just wasn't ready. And if you're not ready to have a surgery done, or something that's going to have a long convalescence, make sure that you're going into it with all the information that you have. Make sure that you are certain that you have exhausted all of your options before you get to this point. Now, I understand that some people just can't because perhaps you're having bladder or bowel issues, or that you have some other type of secondary medical issue that is tied into your back injury. And if that's the case, then it's up to you and your doctor and your family to make those decisions on if it's the right time for you. I was blessed enough where I still was able to try things to see if that was going to get me back onto the road of recovery. Unfortunately, they did not work out, and so now I'm here. So I basically went in with my doc. We talked about the surgery, which was the TLIF, and the things that were going to be taking place that were going to preferably get me healed up and get me back to a place where I feel confident with my back. And so I'm going to be having this surgery on January 4th of 2023. And I'm excited at the same time. I'm anxious and nervous. I've only had one other surgery, and it was on the hand, but nothing to this extent. So I'm going to chime back in here in a couple of days as we get closer to the appointment to kind of talk about the paperwork or the next steps that the hospital or the doctor gives me that I need to follow to make sure that I'm at that point of being ready to go in and have the surgery. So I thank you guys for listening to this video. I wasn't expecting it to be this long, but tune in to the next one. All right, thanks guys.